everyone, it's CeceTheeMystic and I'm back with another video. As you can see by the title, this is going to be a new moon in Sagittarius pick a pile reading. Just so y'all know, I had to get over the flu and everything recently, so my voice is still kind of coming back. It's way better than it was because I sound like a dying frog and stuff like that, probably I'd say a week ago and everything. So if my voice goes in and out or cracks, that's why. Getting more into what this reading is about, as I said, and as by the title, this is a pick a pile reading for this new moon in Sagittarius that in my time zone is happening on November 23rd. So that's 2 days away. Being that there's so many different people that watch this video, so many different time zones, everything like that, that may be, just go Google, research when that new moon would occur for your time zone in your area and everything like that. But this energy, specifically the intention is set on what is coming to you in this new moon season and everything like that based off the pile that you choose. But the new moon pretty much symbolizes a time of manifestation, a time of setting new intentions. It's almost like the spring, I feel like, of life and everything, just in my perspective and everything, because this is when it's new, fresh. It's the start of the moon cycles and everything like that. So this is just a time where it's pretty much like a reset for you to start fresh on the things that you've been doing before. After the full moon and everything like that, that's pretty much a time I feel like that represents like the winter of things, or the fall when things die off, when things are taken away and everything like that. And basically what was not serving you during the moon cycle that's given up and everything like that. So this new moon season is basically setting new, fresh intentions on pretty much what you want to manifest during this cycle and everything. And that can be as little as just like starting to wake up in the beginning of the day earlier, starting your day off earlier. It could be something like basically like setting a new routine for yourself. It could be as big as like trying to get a job or different things. Whatever you feel like you want to bring into your life, no matter how big, how small, this is the time to basically start fresh. And being that this is in Sagittarius, and everything like that, this is a very powerful new moon in my opinion, because with it being in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is the sign of new, it's the sign of expansion, spirituality, it's travel, it's optimism. Like Sagittarius as a sign, not viewing it as a person you may know, but as a sign, it represents pretty much expansion and like trying new things. And it's like pretty much like the person I feel like that goes on a journey, the person that goes hiking or something like that, or goes and tries something new for the first time, and they live off that. They're always trying something new, trying to search and find the meanings of things through their own efforts of going and finding those things out and everything like that. So with that energy in the mix of this new moon, I feel like this is a very potent time for you to really step out on faith and just step out in this sense of what's the best that can happen. What, instead of setting, and this is a time where I would say, like I said, with new moons, you can do small, big, whatever your or a manifestation or intention you want to set. You can do any size or whatever like that, but it's really calling, this new moon in Sagittarius is calling you to go for the biggest, best, brightest thing you could go for. Like, yeah, you may want to go for a job, but instead of going for like a job that only pays minimum wage, try and go for a high paying job. Or if they ask you how much you want to be paid or how much you basically feel like you should be paid, go and double the amount that you were thinking. Or say, always in this new moon is really calling you to go big or go home and stuff like that. Definitely go big or go home. Go for the best. Move through this energy in the mindset of what's the best that can happen. Not most times we think what's the worst, but no, what's the best that can happen. If you got everything that you wanted in life, what would your life look like? If you were able to manifest the dream job, what would that dream job look like? If you were able to manifest the dream salary that you wanted, or the dream amount that you wanted to get paid and everything like that, with business, work, career, whatever, what would that look like? What would the best option that you could choose look like? And move in the energy of it will happen if you want it to happen. And if you move like it will happen, it will happen. So that's pretty much just the general energies, what this energy is looking like at this time, what we're going to go through and everything like that with these piles and everything that I'm going to introduce you to. We have pile 1, 2, and 3, and the crystals that I chose and everything like that in connectivity to these piles. Pile number 1 is the green aventurine, and this is a crystal of prosperity. And pretty much all these crystals, now that I think about it, are about prosperity and everything like that, and bringing in abundance and wealth and love and everything like that. But this is the green aventurine for pile number 1. Then this is I always have the hardest time saying this. This is the lapis lazuli or whatever like that crystal. And it's big on luck and abundance and everything like that. And then the last crystal is the why am I what's it called? This is a rose quartz. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why. I just had a brain fart and everything like that. This is my heart rose quartz, and I mean, as you can see, it has gone through and everything like that. But I feel like when my crystals break and stuff, it kind of builds character to it and stuff. Like, I went ahead and like buried the crystal that broke off of it, but I don't necessarily, unless it just shatters into pieces, I don't like to just throw it away, because I feel like this is still kind of like building character to my crystals and stuff like that. It kind of builds depending on the crystal as well and stuff, but I didn't feel no reason to throw it away or anything like that just because it broke. So anyway, these are your piles. If you need some time to think about which pile that calls out to you the most, you can pause the video if you need more time and everything. But basically, just take a deep breath and look at what pile calls to you the most, whether it's the crystal, whether it's the pile, the cards that's represented in the pile. Just go with your first mind and everything like that. And if you are drawn to other piles, there may be a message in there as well. Or you could watch all 3 piles and pretty much just go with what messages come out in each of the piles. So there will be timestamp description box, so you can just click to your timestamp and it will send you to your reading. So with that, take some time, see whichever pile you are drawn to, and then click your timestamp. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your new moon in Sagittarius reading. You may have chose this pile due to the green aventurine and everything like that. If not, it might have just been, this pile might have been something that your intuition just drawn you to and everything like that. But we're gonna go ahead and get into your reading. I have not looked at any of the cards in this pile, so this, all I did, as you see in the beginning of the video, is put them all out there. So we're gonna see and get into your reading. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the cards. Ooh. Oh wow, pile number 1. Pile number 1, y'all, I see y'all. Okay, so hopefully everything is in focus. Okay, pile number 1. So just off first glance and everything like that, your pile is looking very good. I'm really loving the energy that's just coming. Like, this pile off, before I'm even like getting into the cards or you're reading off rip, this pile is just kind of like giving me this, almost like this thing where, as I flipped over the cards or whatever like that, almost like yes, like I'm hearing this yes vibe, or almost like this energy of like, if you were almost like the lottery in a sense, like you pick, your numbers got picked, or you got what it is that you wanted, or maybe you are expecting something and everything like that right now in your life. Like there might be a job that you are trying to get, there may be a promotion you're trying to get, but I'm really feeling this energy almost like yes, I got it. Like, you know, for a fact you got it, you know, you're good, you're celebrating, you're ready. Like I just really get that energy. That's just something that's coming up to me. So maybe this might not be something that has happened yet, but if you're in this energy of anticipation for something and everything like that, I really feel like this is just going to be, this reading in the end is going to be confirmation that you have it. And just based off the cards, we're going to get into everything like that. I really get this energy that you are going to get whatever it is that you are wanting. So in the first card, in the area of your finances, I'm seeing think rich and wealthy. And so with that card off rip, I mean, you see it, think rich and wealthy. I feel like right now Spirit is wanting you, like I said, when it comes to what's the best that can happen, if you're in a position where you might, your finances, because seeing this Eight of Pentacles and everything like that, I'm being drawn to this card with it. If you're in this place where you've been working hard on something, you've been taking your focus, you've been really focused in on maybe like your job, your work, your business and everything like that, you might be in this position where you feel as if you aren't necessarily getting anything from it just yet. Like you've mastered this, whatever it is that you're working on, you're mastered it. You've replicated, and you've showed that you know what you're doing and everything like that. But with his outfit looking just a little bit tattered to me, it's looking like maybe you haven't received the compensation that you feel like you deserve in this. You have the experience, you have the licenses, you have the backgrounds, you have the degrees and everything like that. Whatever you need for whatever you're trying to manifest, you have this knowledge. So it's not necessarily like you don't know what you're doing or you're not qualified. But at the end of the day, I feel like maybe your mindset, the reason why you're not receiving, or in this season of this new moon, you need to start thinking that your work is worth it. You need to start charging your worth. If you've been downplaying your qualifications, or downplaying what it is that you do or what you feel like you deserve in as reciprocity, you need to start thinking what it is that you value. So in this new moon season, this new moon and Sag season, you're being called to think, put your worth, put the highest worth that you feel like you deserve on what it is that you want, and you will receive it at this time and everything like that. You will receive what it is that you feel like you deserve, but you have to think and program your mind to believe that you actually deserve what it is that you're asking for and everything like that. In the situation, or in the area of love, you're getting the wedding card, and it says this situation involves marriage. So I feel like with this might, if you're not trying to actually manifest love, this might be a business partner that you're going to go into business to, that you're basically going to get in a contractual agreement with, or something like that. This might be a marriage and business, like maybe you're merging two businesses together. If this is something that is love related and everything like that, basically Spirit is telling you that the love that you're trying to bring in and everything like that is going to come. If you're in a relationship right now, it's going to evolve to the next level. Whatever stage you're at right now in your love life and everything like that, it is evolving. And like, you're going to be able to get what it is that you want in love. You're going to be able to get what it is that you want in maybe business, whatever like that. But you are going to move forward with someone in a way where you're going to get to the next level and everything like that. And I'm really seeing that in connectivity to this high honor card and everything. Basically, you're going to be somebody that's respected this season of the new moon in Sag. That's what you're going to manifest. You might be someone who wants to manifest like notoriety. You might want to be famous. You might, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you're going to receive that high honor and everything like that. You're going to be known. You're probably going to be the best in your field and everything like that with the Eight of Pentacles and everything like that. You're going to be the best in your field. You're going to be known for it. You're going to be someone who people come to for your expertise and everything like that. And stuff. You're going to, I feel like there's going to be a big wedding. Somebody is planning a big wedding and it's going to be successful and everything like that. But I'm really feeling like whatever it is that you want, something that I'm going to constantly say throughout this reading and the other cards, you need to decide what's the best that can happen. What is the biggest, most, whatever it is that you want, everything, if you could get everything that you wanted in life, what would that look like and everything like that? You just have to switch the mindset, because with me seeing, and I'm kind of skipping around, with me seeing this star mother and everything like that, it says, how can you mother yourself? I feel like there may be, during this time, this might be a time where you're finding yourself. This might be, and being that Sagittarius energy, like I said, it taps into spirituality and like knowing yourself and trying to find yourself in a sense, because it's kind of like that archer, it's that traveler, it's that one that goes on this journey and everything like that. I feel like during this new moon, you might take some time to feel what it is that basically mothers you or puts you in this space where you feel safe. This is going to be a time where you're going to try to find what it is that makes you feel safe, make you feel loved, make you feel nurtured and everything like that. This might be something right now that you might feel disconnect on. I feel like somebody is really working a lot, so you might be overworking yourself. You might be really business minded, which I'm definitely getting that energy in this reading. You might be somebody that's very business oriented. I'm hearing like Capricorn energy and stuff and everything, and I'm hearing Cancer as well. With the star mother, I'm getting like a Cancer vibe, and that relates to the moon and everything. Cancer rules them, or the moon is, Cancer is ruled by the moon, I'm sorry y'all, and stuff. So your moon sign, tapping into your moon sign and everything. If you don't know your moon sign, you need to go on basically like astro.com. That can be a way, as long as you put your birth information in and everything like that, you will be able to find out your moon sign. But basically tapping into your moon energy in your moon sign is going to basically give you a way of seeing what nurtures your soul, what nurtures you, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel mothered. Maybe some of you all were people that didn't have the best relationship with your mother, or you're disconnected. Your family unit might have been seeming a little disconnected, so you might not have had that support, and you might have been somebody who basically threw yourself into your work when you felt like you didn't want to deal with that part of yourself. But I feel like during this time of this new moon, you're being called to nurture yourself and take more time on making sure you're good and everything like that before you, so you can be able to be in the best place of manifestation. Because if you're in a place of lack, if you're in a place where you're disconnected with yourself, you won't even really know what it is that you deserve or know what it is that you want and everything like that. And that's how we can sit up here and basically manifest situations that we don't want when we're not connected to self and everything. And I feel like with the let go card coming out, this is basically just saying whatever is not of yourself, whatever it is that is not serving you, whatever it is that's not working for you, you need to let go of that and everything, whether that be people, person, place, or thing and everything like that. Let go of it. And also once you go through your time of like your say if you have any new moon rituals that you want to do, like setting intentions, or basically making like maybe some moon water, or basically doing anything that you do to basically, you can research rituals for the new moon and everything. But once you get to the point where you figure out what it is that you want in life, whether that be money, job, love, anything, you need to let go of it. Because I'm feeling like with this Eight of Pentacles, somebody is in a sense of they're really controlling, or there's somebody who is like, because they know everything. They feel like they know everything. They feel like they are so good at what you do. Not saying that you aren't, but you're in a place where you're always trying to control and work on something. Spirit is wanting you to basically let go of your manifestation. Part of the reason why you might be working so hard and not receiving results is because of the fact that you're trying to control and work on it so much, when Spirit is just saying, let go of speak what you want into existence. Set your manifestation, set your intention on what you want, do the work, but don't try and control when, how, what it looks like, how it comes in and everything like that. Don't try and control the process so much of getting it. Not to say just stop working and just say, I want $1 million and don't do anything to get it. But basically, maybe, okay, follow me down the wormhole, but the rabbit hole or whatever like that. But it's like, say you're in this, and this is something I'll actually speak from my personal experience and everything, not to put myself too much in the reading, but there was a point where I felt like I needed to have a job to be able to manifest the life it is that I wanted and everything like that. Or I needed a certain amount of money, or I basically felt like it had to happen this way. I'm an Aries sun and I have like 4 placements in Aries. I'm an Aquarius moon and I have 4 placements in Aquarius, and then I'm a Sag rising. So this time right here for me is something that being that I'm a Sag rising, this is happening in my first house and everything like that. So I'm really in this energy on a personal level and everything like that. But basically, being that I'm an Aries, being that I'm an Aries is a person who can be kind of controlling, very in their masculine, their go-getter energy and everything like that. Me taking a step back and just allowing the process to unfold is something that I'm not very comfortable with and everything like that. I'm somebody that always wants to have my hand on something, because in the past situations, I've been put in situations where, or I've manifested situations where if I wasn't the one doing it, it wasn't happening right and stuff like that. Things weren't happening right. But in that situation, when you're so much in this energy of wanting to control and wanting things to happen your way, you might miss out on opportunities that are trying to present itself strictly because of the fact that you feel like it should happen this way, so you don't see it happening any other way or working out any other way. And definitely with my career and everything, that's something I'm really having to work with and stuff, being that I'm at this point, I don't have no other job than doing hair, and that hasn't even built up how I want it to at this point. So doing hair and pushing my YouTube channel and really working on that, that's all I'm doing at this point. And then I DoorDash on the side. So this is not where I viewed my career to be going, or my financial situation to be going at this time. But instead of trying to control it, I applied, when I tell you, to I don't know how many doggone jobs, went on interviews, tried to set up interviews, different things like that, and literally nothing opened up for me. And I feel like that's because of the fact that my whole goal is to be an entrepreneur, somebody who builds themselves up from the ground up on their own 2 feet. So I feel like at some point God closed the door on me getting a job from other people and building up other people's companies and different things like that, because my purpose is to build my own thing from the ground up. And yes, I want to build my own hair company and everything like that, but I had to remain open to other possibilities and other avenues of making money and different resources I could tap into. And it happened once I let go of constantly trying to work on something this one way. And that's what I feel like is going on in your reading and everything like that. That's what I feel like Spirit is saying that you should do and everything like that, just so you can be able to really tap into all possibilities, which is what God is. God is all possibilities. God is something that is basically just tapping into the energy of all possibilities. Not like a person, in my view, is not necessarily a person. It's not necessarily like some person in the clouds watching you and everything like that. Not to knock anybody's religion, what they believe, or their system, but I've come to understand and believe that God is just all possibilities. So you want to tap into the God energy of all possibilities, and all possibilities, you can go down any avenue to be able to create what it is that you want. But once you limit yourself, you're condensing yourself to not being able, if it doesn't happen that way, or if you always go down that path of trying to make it happen that way, you might not even get it. And then what? You've spent all this time, effort, and energy on working things one way, and you could have done it 10 different other ways and it would have got you there faster. So I feel like in this sense, set your intention. And when you set your intention with a sense of you want, because most people say you need to set your intention super specific, and I get that and everything like that. But when you're setting your intention specifically, yes, you might want this house, you might want this job, you might want this amount of money in your bank, but don't close off the ways of getting to that. Yes, you want to do it this certain way, but don't close your mind off to it only has to happen this certain way. So it's kind of like a catch-22. I think that's the right terminology for it and everything. But it's like you don't want to be so specific to the point you don't see other opportunities, but you want to be specific in what you want and choose the best, biggest, brightest option that you could get and everything like that. So with that being said, pile number 1, this is your reading. I really hope that this pile spoke to you. And if it didn't, you can always check out the other piles and maybe that will have a message for you. But if this reading did resonate with you, please drop a green heart in the description box and I will see you on my next reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. You may have chose this pile based off this beautiful lapis lazuli crystal and everything like that, or it might just been your intuition told you this was your pile and everything like that. But in any case and everything, we're gonna go ahead and get into your reading. Like I was telling pile number 1 and everything, and just in a general, this is a time where you definitely want to go big or go home. You definitely want to go big or go home during this time and everything like that, because it's like, what's the best that could happen? Like, what's the best that can happen? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm seeing that love is definitely something that's big in your reading. And connections. I'm hearing connections. Connections. Okay, so just looking at your cards and everything like that, I'm really feeling like during this time and everything of this new moon, something that you may manifest, what's coming to you or whatever like that. Love is definitely something that's on the forefront of you all's mind and everything like that. Connections, I'm really feeling like Aquarius energy and everything like that. Not to say it's here out on the cards, but that's the first thing I'm hearing, like Aquarius energy, Libra energy, Gemini energy. Somebody that's like, those signs are kind of like the relationship signs in the sense of like relationships, communication, speaking, like business associations. That's just some energies that I get from air energies and everything like that. And stuff, because I'm seeing answer the call, ask from help from others, this courtship and relationship and stuff like that. Money is something that I feel like is, y'all may be already in the energy of having money, and so that's kind of not necessarily a big like focus during this time and everything like that. But I'm really feeling like a relationship vibe, maybe family connections, relationships in love, like just different things like that and stuff, in business and stuff. But that's just kind of my first, like, what is the energy of the cards showing me without getting into anything and stuff. So in the area of your finance, be smart with your money. This is definitely something that I feel like we should all be smart with during this time and stuff, being that the holidays is coming up, being that or we're in the midst of holiday season and stuff and everything. We can really get into this energy of overspending, overindulgence, different things like that. So being smart with your money is something that this new moon is calling you to. Maybe you need to set up a budget. Maybe some of you all are working on your credit. That's definitely something. And this time I was just watching videos on how to fix your credit, how to work on your credit and everything like that. That might be something that you are being called to do, and everything, maybe investing your money or something like that. I'm just feeling like there's ideas you've been thinking about, different things that you need to do with your money. And this time and this season is saying for you, this new moon is saying like, be smart with your money and do what it is that you've been thinking about with your money, as long as you take a calculated risk on it. And so do your research. Don't just throw your money. And I'm really feeling that, especially with this Knight of Pentacles and everything like that. This Knight of Pentacles is something that's a very stable energy. It's a very slow moving energy. It can be and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like slow and steady wins the race. You don't want to just throw yourself into a financial hole because of the fact that you didn't take time to really turn everything over. But by the same token, don't get stuck in just trying to constantly overthink and constantly trying to go back and forth in your mind about what you should do or what is going on and stuff. Once you've set up a plan, this is a time for you to set up a plan, set up a budget, and then act it out. Don't try and I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is somebody that trades maybe in the foreign exchange or trades stocks or something like that. You need to set up a plan and stick to it. You need to take time to research what it is that you're doing and follow the plan through. Don't try and skip steps. Don't try and like jump the horse. Like, follow the guidance or the plan that you set up to a T. Like, don't go overboard with something, but don't not do it. Don't ignore what it is that you're thinking or whatever like that, but don't just jump into it and try and just throw it out there. And so that's definitely an energy I'm catching very heavy in that aspect. In the area of love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I'm definitely feeling during this time you may be manifesting love, and I'm feeling the double confirmation with the courtship card and the number 4 card, or being that this is the number 4 and everything like that. That's an energy of foundations, family units, stability, and everything like that. I really feel like some of you all may be in a time where you might, during the full moon that just passed, what it is in Scorpio and everything like that, you might have left a person and now you're looking for or you've released a past situation in love and everything, even if it didn't just happen this past full moon. Some of you it may have, but just in general, you're looking for something that's more stable. You're looking for somebody that you can maybe in this past situation, you jumped the gun and you weren't really paying attention to the dating portion, the getting to know portion of the relationship. And that's why I feel like as well, this Knight of Pentacles is coming out as being something where you need to be slow and steady. I'm really getting a vibe of being slow and steady. I'm feeling like somebody that's very fast, quick, moving, always all over the place. That's why I said the air energy, that can be really go with the wind. And I'm also hearing fire energy. You might have been very passionate. You might have been somebody that's very like get up and go. And so I'm feeling like more of the Sag and the Aries vibe and stuff like that. You might have been get up and go and ready to go on an adventure and everything like that, but you were skipping the steps. And I feel like that earth energy, maybe if you are one of those either the air or fire signs, maybe you're going to attract somebody that is more of a earth sign, somebody who's more grounded, who's more in a sense of taking things slow. This might be somebody that comes in for you and everything like that. This person might not have everything together, but they have a goal, I feel like, in mind and stuff, with this Knight of Pentacles showing up, because usually after the Knight of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this person might be in the process of building and everything like that. This person might be somebody who is still working on something and everything. And they may be somebody who is kind of like a snail. I'm feeling like somebody that's saying like, this person might not seem to have all the bells and whistles. Like, they might be somebody that's more like, introverted or something like that. I'm feeling like somebody who's more like they savor the flavor and stuff, but it can kind of come off as being very slow or snail like. And you might not be somebody who is attracted to that and stuff off rip. But I feel like once y'all get in the and once y'all start to date and y'all get to know each other, you're gonna realize this person really has a good head on their shoulders. And even though they don't have everything that they're wanting right now, they're working towards something, and they're putting, I feel like the person that comes in for you is gonna really help balance you in that sense and bring in some energy. Maybe you're like me and you're missing earth energy in your chart. Literally the only earth placement I have in my chart is Virgo in the 9th house being my north node and stuff. So I'm that person and stuff like that. I'm definitely that person who does not know how to balance things out sometimes by just taking things slow or having more of a grounded energy. I am literally air and fire. I'm that the blowtorch type energy and stuff, in the sense of I can be very overpowering in the sense of what I'm passionate about. I can really spray the fire when I'm upset. I can really burn the whole house down type vibe and stuff like that. But no, when it comes to business, especially being that and not to put myself so much in the reading, but just so y'all can kind of connect, or maybe this might relate to you and stuff. My second house, my money house, is actually intercepted by Capricorn, like or my Aquarius. My second house is Aquarius. I have 4 placements in Aquarius, but that house is intercepted. So basically that house doesn't have its own space. It's like inside of my Capricorn and stuff. So that's why my chart is kind of built like a Capricorn, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to tap into that energy and stuff. Because I mean, that house is almost like I literally have 0 placements in Capricorn, but my Capricorn second house is filled with Aquarius and stuff, and I have 4 placements in Aquarius. So it's literally like tapping into that Capricorn energy, that energy of like with Capricorn, they can be very systematic. They can be somebody that they make their plan and they follow it through and they do. I lack that energy sometimes, to a point where I really have to put myself back in check. Like I have to check myself and say, you have all these passions, you have all these things that you want to do. You have to follow a plan and you have to see it through. You can't just get bored one day of it and then throw something else in the mix and then you never get done what it is that you get done. That's something that I really have to work on. And that's what I feel like with this group. They might have that same energy because I'm really feeling heavy Aries. I'm feeling very heavy Sag, fire energy, just in general, a lot of air energy and stuff. And I feel like somebody is kind of like scatterbrained in their energy, but somebody is going to come into your life and stuff. And that's where this ask help from others card comes in the mix. I feel like this person is going to be somebody that you can ask for help in terms of balancing out maybe the energies that you lack within your chart, or if you just need help on something, this person is going to come in as a stable energy that is working towards. I feel like with this pentacle in his hand, he has a goal, or I'm saying he, but this could be a she because all energies is fluid. There's no gender really attached to my readings and stuff like that. But I feel like this person, this energy is going to come in and it's going to help you because you might have share a common goal, and you're going to be able to work on that together and get to that next level together and everything like that, just based off y'all's opposite energies. Maybe your go-getter energy might help their slow moving energy, but their slow systematic energy is going to help you organize your passions and your energies that's very all over the place, and you're really lacking on how to put it all together. They're going to help you with that and stuff. And I feel like also what you're going to be manifesting, or what's going to come up during this new moon season, is basically when you're manifesting and when you're trying to basically reach your goals or whatever you're trying to bring in during this energy, I really feel like your soul, you need to tap into what your soul is calling you to do. Something that's coming up with this card, I'm feeling like there might be someone who basically you're doing something that you feel like is safe for you, I'm definitely feeling this energy of you might be in a comfort zone area of your life. Like your soul might be wanting you to step out on something. Like I'm feeling like really the north node, south node kind of vibe and stuff. Like your destiny is calling you to go in a direction that you're completely uncomfortable with. You're not used to it. That's not your comfort zone. This is not what you're used to doing, but that's what you're wanting to do. Maybe you're around people, maybe your family, maybe friends, coworkers, whatever. You're in this situation where you might feel like trapped in by either your own mind or by the opinions or the say so of others and everything like that. But you're wanting to step out on this thing. And I really feel like during this time, you have to be in this energy of what's the best that can happen. What if you could get if you were supported by the God energy of all possibilities, and you could get the pick and choose what you want out of life, what would you do? And with doing that, you have to basically be focused on you and stuff. I feel like somebody might be a people pleaser or something like that. You might be considered a people pleaser. You might be somebody that's always trying to make sure that you kind of like blend with the group. But I really feel like in this time you're being called to step out of this sense of trying to be something that somebody wants you to be and do what you want to be selfish in this time. And being selfish, people, the negative connotation attached to so many different things in this world that don't make sense. Being selfish is something I feel like of self-care and self-preservation. You have to be selfish in some sense to make sure that you can live, because if you're always giving away, like say if you're hungry but you're constantly giving away your food, you're literally being selfless to a detriment and everything like that. So I really feel like in this time you're being called to be selfish about what you want in life, because only you can live your own life. And how is life worth living if you're not living it the way you want to live and doing what it is that you feel fulfills you and everything like that and stuff. But this basically is your reading, guys. This is what I'm getting from your cards and everything like that. I really feel like this is going to be a positive, no matter what pile you chose and everything like that and everything like that and stuff. This is going to be a very, very positive time frame for everyone and stuff, as long as you really tap into the energy of what's the best that can happen. That is the mantra of this entire reading, regardless of what pile. What is the best that can happen? So if you got to the end of your reading and everything like that, and you with this pile, leave in the description box what is the best that can happen, so we all know what pile you chose. And also leave a blue heart. If you don't want to leave that, you can also leave a blue heart in the chat and everything like that, or in the comments. But with that being said, thank you for being here in this time and space with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, you may have been drawn into this beautiful rose quartz crystal. Yeah, she got a little character, y'all. Like, she did break at one point, but that just builds character. Like, we all break down to build up. So, maybe that's something that you resonate with at this time. Maybe you were just drawn to the pile. Maybe your intuition just told you this was the pile for you. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. I haven't looked at the cards, so this is going to be, I'm just going to give you basically a general what am I feeling, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get in depth with the rest of your reading. Okay. Okay, pile number 3. So what I'm seeing, the energy I'm getting just before going in depth and stuff like that in your reading is almost this energy of you've been going through it at this time. I'm really feeling like maybe there's somebody that is really going through it. You've been having like a rough patch in life, or you may have been experiencing like a cycle of you're getting out of a cycle of maybe like some karma or something like that you built up on yourself, or you're working through that. And I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I'm getting from this reading. And it's kind of crazy because with this heart and everything like that being broken and stuff like that, I'm feeling like this is definitely like this crystal really is calling and resonating with this group. And I feel like you might be in this place where you feel like your heart has been battered, beaten, and bruised, but at the end of the day, you are coming out on top and stuff like that. You might have a little bumps, you might have a little scrapes, cuts, scars, and stuff like that. Life might have been beating your ass a little bit, but you are coming out on top. That's definitely the vibe that I'm getting with this with just looking at your cards in general and everything like that. So in the area of your finance, it says don't go broke trying to show off. And I feel like this might be something where at this time money may not be an issue for you. At this time you may have been somebody who might have acquired a big sum of wealth and everything like that, and just hearing, and what I'm hearing right now is almost like you have the wealth, you have the money, you have the cars, you have the clothes, but your heart might not be feeling like you connect with that. It's like your money doesn't make you happy kind of vibe. It's not solving the problems that you're having within yourself and stuff like that during this time and stuff. So I feel like maybe you might be splurging, you might be trying to feel a void. And I know I'm skipping around, but that's why I feel like this mirror card is coming out, and this is going to be the thing that you're working on during this time, during this new moon in Sag. I feel like what you're manifesting is basically working through your triggers, working through whatever, maybe a codependency, and this might be something that is going on. Maybe it might be something like actual physical codependency, maybe with a drug, alcohol, something like that and stuff like that. Or this might be being that it's in the area of your love life, it might be a person that you're codependent on, people, place, thing, whatever, it doesn't matter and stuff like that. But I feel like during this new moon in Sag, you're going to be going on a journey of basically seeing what it is that triggers you, basically working through what it is, working with your shadow, I'm feeling, and stuff like that, but going deep within yourself to basically work through things that are causing you to feel like you need to show off, working through things that's making you be codependent on a person, place, or thing and stuff like that. And this is what's going to bring you your ultimate success and fulfillment. Your cup is going to run over emotionally and stuff like that during this time and stuff. But I feel like with you going broke and stuff, I feel like somebody is codependent to basically a place, a person, a thing, and in my actual personal life and stuff like that, not to put myself too much in the reading, but I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were basically saying how they wanted a degree and stuff like that so bad. They wish they got their degree. They wish they got this, that, and third and stuff like that. But when I was kind of just asking them, like, okay, so what would that do for you and stuff like that? Like, yeah, you want it so bad and everything like that. What would that do for you? And when I was talking to that person, it was more of a vibe of just like the status or the symbolism that a degree has. Not to say they would even use it for anything, or it would even work for them, or they would do anything with it. It was literally having that status or that symbol and stuff, seeing that almost like worshiping the symbolism behind having the degree, but it literally did no benefit to their life at all, and wouldn't have no kind of like purpose in their life at this time. So I feel like this might be something where you're in this place where you have the status symbols that might seem like something that is well respected or looked at as being like, okay, you got it together because you have the house, the car, the money, the shoes, the house, the whatever, you have all of these things. But in terms of your actual personal life and how you feel as a person, that's not together. And no matter what you put in or try and do to fill that void, you're not actually fixing it. So I feel like at this time you're really being called to work through that and stuff, and that might not be something you necessarily feel like you want to actually manifest, or might not feel like I'm feeling like this uncomfortability with tapping into your shadow side and this uncomfortability of working through that. But this is a time where if you're wanting to go to this place where you're feeling the emotional fulfillment, where you're feeling the happiness, where you're feeling the wealth without the material, this is what you're being called to tap into at this time and stuff like that. So it may be a trigger. You might have gone through something in your past. It might be a family member, person, whatever like that. I'm really getting this vibe of a person and stuff. This might even have something to do with the legal system. It might be something that you're having to go to court with. Maybe this is a person that you're in business with, marriage or wedding. Maybe I'm getting this vibe of even like somebody that you were married to in your love life or whatever like that. This was somebody that you were codependent on. This might even been the person that might have been providing the financial means for you to have this whole life, and you're at a place where I'm feeling like this vibe of this is being like almost threatened. This energy of your stability is being threatened, and you see the number 30 and stuff like that. When reduced down, that's a 3. I'm feeling like with the number 4 being the like number of stability, I feel like somebody is losing one of their legs. It's like losing a leg to your table, and now you're at a point where you're triggered, and maybe you're at a point where things are starting to be where you're acting more out of your shadow side, and it's this sense of imbalance. And now you're in a place where your heart might be in a place where, as you see with this crystal, there's lines through it. You might be in a place where you feel shattered, and there might have been things or people, places or whatever like that might have hurt you, but it's because you're in a place where you're hurt yourself and stuff. So I feel like emotional stability, working through your emotions, working through your triggers, working through past situations in your life is something that needs to happen so that you can be able to bring that leg to your table back and be able to rebuild your foundations, rebuild relationships, and things not breaking apart because of the fact that you're codependent to things that really aren't mattering and stuff. Your emotional, your mental, and everything like that, yourself, that's what matters more than the external. Once you work on yourself, the external will flourish and everything like that. And I feel like you basically, with this card saying not at this time and everything like that, I may even actually pull an extra card on that, but I feel like there's something that's going on right now in your life that you need to kind of slow down on. And I feel like it's pretty much what needs to kind of like what's not what you don't need to be working on or really focused on is the external. At this point, I feel like you really need to be focused on your internal space and maybe coming close to spirit in the sense of like your soul. What is needed for your soul to be right? Trust. Yeah. Trust. I feel like trust is something that you might be missing. This might be something that's been causing the heartbreak, the emotional imbalances, the mental imbalances. Maybe this is the reason why you might be in a situation where you're breaking up with a significant partner, or you're breaking up with somebody in business, or just in general. This might be something that you're triggered by because in the past, this might have been something that you didn't have. Trust was broken. People in the beginning of your life may have been, this is why, oh my gosh, the fact that this crystal is here and it's beaten and it's battered, like I said, it builds character and everything like that, regardless, even though it's broken. And I broke this crystal. When I tell y'all the fact that I know that this connects with this reading so much, I broke this crystal like a year ago and stuff like that, but it still is so relevant to this reading today and stuff. So that's why when my crystals break or different things like that, unless it just shatters into a million pieces, I don't necessarily get rid of it because I feel like it builds another layer or another meaning into the crystal. It adds extra character, extra depth. When you go through a lot of things, when you've gone through a lot of traumas and a lot of heartbreaks and a lot of things, negative aspects in life, if you work with the energy and you try and transmute all that bad for your benefit, you will build character. People that don't go through stuff, if this heart would have been perfect, it's like, that's great. Like, nobody really wants to go through bad things. But at the same time, when a bad thing happens, you never went through anything to deal with it. So you usually, that makes it a lot worse when you never dealt with something and it just hits you. And then now you have to try and deal with something you've never dealt with before. But I feel like the people that pick this pile, you've gone through a lot in life and you're being called to transmute in this time. I feel like this energy is to go on a journey of self, like, development, self, like, nurturing yourself. You might resonate with pile number 2, because that was a big theme and everything like that, if you want to check that reading out as well. But I really feel like during this time, you're rebuilding trust, you're rebuilding yourself after all this trauma. And even though you've gone through a lot, you're still going to come out on the other side. There's still light at the other tunnel. You might have to lose everything to be able to rebuild. And you might have been at that point where you might, because you've lost a lot, you might have gone to codependency and stuff like that to be able to cope with what you're going through. But it's all going to work out if you work through the triggers, if you go down the rabbit hole of shadow work and you work through that and transmute what you've been through in your past to be able to rebuild, and not really focusing on the external. Because it doesn't, if you take some shit and you wrap it in a pretty package, it doesn't change the fact that it's shit inside and stuff like that. So you really have to work on that. No matter if your inside is dark and negative and in this space of just can't see the positive out of nothing, it doesn't matter how you look like on the outside, you're going to come across as a negative person. And not to say that you really are a negative person just because you want to, but it's because of the fact that what you've gone through is coming off as if you're just negative and you're always seeing the bad of things, but you've gone through a lot. But instead of staying in that victim mentality, you need to push through and transmute it for your victory and stuff like that. So this is basically what I'm seeing in your reading, you guys, and everything like that. I really hope that this reading helped you. I really am just praying that you're able to get through this tough time, because this was a really tough reading and everything like that. Whatever, if you are in the point where you're going through this tough season and it's seeming like things are just falling apart and you're just not emotionally fulfilled, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You have to think about what is the best that could happen. What is the best outlook on my life? Like, if I could get everything that I wanted, in the sense, not just on the external, because I'm really feeling like with this pile, you're already there externally. You might, from textbook, the money good, the car good, the house good, the clothes good, you might be good in that respect, but internally, I feel like you're manifesting healing on the internal realm of things and stuff like that. And that's more vital, I feel, than anything on the external, because once you get that internal right, your external you will mirror your internal on your external, and you will start to manifest better situations, better people, better opportunities, and everything like that. So you won't even have to work or worry about that, because that's just going to come and stuff. So like I said, this is your reading. I really hope that you got a message from this. If you didn't resonate with this pile, check out the other piles or the other readings that I have on my channel, and that may have a message for you. And yeah, I will see y'all on the next reading. I really hope and pray that everybody that got their readings and stuff have a great new moon in Sagittarius season, and just in general, a great life. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.